Hello everybody, this is Allshouse Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Aether and Iron. In the previous episode we went wind skipping, only to discover that Dufresne was still alive and had found us. I suppose if he survived going through the underline once, he would survive it again. But, thankfully we managed to talk him down, and in exchange for us paying his fare, he gave us the intel we needed to discover, what I already knew, that Gardner was the insider all along. Yep. Called it. But now that we know all this, we need to track down Nellie, who is in grave danger right now.
Yeah? See you later.
Miss? See ya.
Hello again. Ta.
Anybody?
What do
Throg's
you need?
probably got something.
See ya.
Hello, miss.
You seen Gardner recently? The professor?
Oh, him. What of it?
Well, I may have let the fox into the henhouse with that one. I'm going after him. I have to make it right. Throg's halfway through tying a bowline, his knuckles even more knotted than the rope he's working. His hands stop, and he regards me with an insistent gaze.
You know, he came to me once, this professor. Sometime back now, asking a bucket full of questions. Like you.
My face must betray how much I resent the comparison, because Throg puts up a placating hand as he continues.
Questions, they're like people, all wanting something different. Your questions, miss, they're fine by me. Him, though, his questions were greedy, casting out one line and hoping for a big haul. Well, I wasn't about to bite, if you take my meaning, miss.
What did he ask you about?
Don't matter. He got nothing. You go and do what you have to. If I can help, I will. Thank you.
Alrighty then. Well, let's get this show on the road. Start the briefing. Okay. Apparently we have a chance to do some stuff. Alright. Finale. Point of no return. Could I actually go out to Nation's Crusade and do some stuff? Huh. I actually could. I don't think it's really a good idea for me to be doing it. I don't think there's really anything left for us. Yeah, no new vehicles. No new parts. None that I really need. Also, I should probably get rid of this. Yeah, no. No, I think it's time we got the show on the road. You're about to start the final mission, which will permanently close off any remaining missions. Are you ready to continue? Yep.
The root cellar's half bar, half war room. Someone set up a map of the lowers on a table, while Thomas fills a row of glasses from a bottle expensive enough to be encrusted with gems. What's the occasion?
Good luck charm. Paid for by your friend here. You only live once, sweetheart. Might as well enjoy the finer things while we're still around to do it. And I can certainly afford to share.
Yeah? Then how come mine's so small?
Gotta learn to hold a wrench right before you can touch an engine.
Oh, I see how it is. So's to drink with the rest of ya. I need to show I can hold my liquor.
Screw it. Take a drink.
I down the ambrosia. A A sweet glow warms my body like a droplet of sun. I only hope it's enough to get me through the coming storm.
Everyone settled? Excellent. Gia, take us away. Where are we heading?
After the well tore apart Nation's Crusade, the map might as well be scribbled over. Fortunately, our starting point hasn't changed. I draw grids along Central Park. The road's torn up. Nellie can't have gone far. If we want any chance of finding her before she uses Daisy again, we'll need to split up.
A search and rescue formation, eh? Suppose we should rustle up some ordnance. If Gardner's who we think he is, no doubt he's got more than one attack dog.
So we enter the well, avoid any nasty surprises, and get to Nellie. And after that,
First, we stop her using Daisy before it blows up the well. Then, we get her away from Gardner.
She might put up a fight. After all, you're about to tell her everything she knows is a lie. And the man she loves like a father is a monster. It's enough to break someone.
Nellie's tougher than she looks. If we don't tell her the truth, she's going to make the biggest mistake of her life.
Sorry, I just need to double check something. Yikes, I've got an eclectic spread of skills.
We all got our regrets. Doesn't mean she ought to pay someone else's blood-stained tab.
Glass is emptied, nerves briefly calmed. The room turns to me, looking for one last word to carry with them into the night. Zio used to say something whenever we went on a tough job. In bocca al lupo. Into the wolf's mouth.
I remember that. There was another part to it, wasn't there?
Yeah. And may the wolf die. Sure, we might be heading into danger, but if we play our cards right, we'll make it through to the other side.
Huh. I kinda like it. It's poetic, saying we'll kick the big bad wolf's teeth in, right?
Atta girl. Couldn't have put it better myself. Wolves, dragons, secret conspiracies. What do we have to fear?
After that, all that's left is to grab our gear, catch the ferry, and find our friend before it's too late.
Alright. Mission started. The last goodbye. Alright. Let's do this. Oh boy. And somehow the side missions are still here. Yeah, whatever. Don't really matter.
The well's apocalyptic force has made a hellscape of Nation's Crusade, ripping buildings and roads apart in great dark gouts of brick dust and smoke. There's a low, constant roar of tearing concrete. A venomous little voice in my head eagerly points out how the well has devastated everything closest to it. But I shut out the noise, both within and without. I tell myself there's still time. There's still... Come on, Nellie. Where are you? I scan the whirling mass of flying wreckage, searching for safe paths into the heart of Hades. There are none. I squeeze the steering wheel, gritting my teeth. Doesn't matter. I'm not leaving without her. Ahead, the roadway is splitting into jagged, broken chunks, like a tree trunk splintered by a lightning strike. If I make the wrong move, I'll find myself steering over empty sky.
Well, shit.
I speed forward and realize the highway surface is too unstable to traverse safely. I'm rocked like a die in a cup as my repulsors slam me back and forth across the jagged gaps of the torn road segments. Ahead, the shattered remains of a hotel churn in a spinning funnel of gravitational force, forming a devilish whirlwind of steel, brick, and glass that could rip my car to pieces.
Ugh.
I figure if my repulsors can lift a car, they can shift some scrap. I lean my ride and crank them to maximum, but all it does is stir the debris into a swirling...
Okay, not liking my chances here. And I've only got one repair
soup
kit.
that scrapes off a layer of my car's paint. There's no calm in the eye of this storm. Gravity forces play havoc with the air itself, ripping bands of static electricity across my path like miniature arcs of lightning. At long last, 2 figures resolve in the maelstrom. Nellie's body is rigid with confused frustration, her platinum curls buffeted by the Aether winds as she tries in vain to rouse her mechanical creation. Next to her, a beast dressed as a kindly old professor is entreating her to leave. At the sight of him, I feel a jab of hot fury punch through my forehead like a railroad spike.
I don't understand. Daisy, what's wrong with you?
I'm afraid we're out of time, my dear. Let's get to safety.
Hey! Their shock at seeing another human being in the midst of the chaos is matched only by the anger sprinting through my veins like frothing coursers on the hunt.
Gia? What are you doing here?
Get away from him!
There's no time. We have to get clear.
I don't want to speak with you right now, Gia. I'm busy.
This grease spot lied to all of us about the bombing at the Institute. He looked me in the eye and lied to me. He was the one who lit the fuse.
That's a lie.
Dufresne is Gardner's attack dog. It was never personal, Nellie. He was just doing what this spit stain paid him to do.
I'd never even heard the name until I met you.
Your machine isn't working because he's been sabotaging it.
She's a criminal, Eleanor. We can't listen to her.
I brandish the file folder like a prosecutor making her final damning accusation to the jury. The proof's all here, kid. Have a look at your precious mentor's ring while you're at it. Nellie takes the folder, pinning its pages down against the gusting winds. We both watch Gardner hide his hand behind his back as he sputters an indignant retort.
Honestly, are we finished with these theatrics? We don't have time to entertain your flights of fancy, Miss Randazzo.
Nellie scans the evidence, dropping loose paper to flutter off like dead leaves. The well howls around us, echoing Gardner's impatience as he tries to snatch the files from Nellie's hands. She swerves away from him, and he shouts in anger.
Just gonna double check something real quick. Okay.
It's a forgery! My dear, don't you see? She's not your friend. She's trying to trick you.
Professor? Show me your ring, please.
Eleanor, listen to me. We need to get somewhere safe. If you would...
Show me your ring!
With a flick of my coat, the black aperture of my 7-shot jumps up to stare Gardner right in the eye. His cheek twitches involuntarily. Better do as she says.
If we don't activate Daisy, the well will destroy the lowers. Innocent people will die.
And I'll scrape the filth off the bottom of New York's shoe. And I'll be celebrated for it.
I can't believe this. Professor, please. There must be some mistake. You couldn't have been lying to me all this time.
I was. Every word, every moment. My designs are far beyond your understanding. For such a smart girl, you're actually quite stupid.
A line of quicksilver traces through the air as the man-shaped beast whips out an elegant blade from inside his dowdy old cane, like a gleaming fang unfurling out of a cobra's maw. He aims its trembling tip at the base of Nellie's throat, his signet ring glinting in her eyes. I see her pulse leaping in her neck as a teardrop traces her jawline. His voice is softer than a wisp of smoke curled off burning paper.
I'm so sorry, my dear. You were a real prodigy. You had such promise. This isn't how I wanted it to go.
Before I can move, before Nellie can scream, his arms stiffen, and he shoves her bodily off the ledge and into the wide, storm-shaken sky. I throw myself after Nellie, watching her fingers tighten around a spar of broken metal. Gardner escaped in the truck somewhere behind me. Doesn't matter now. The fluttering white form of my friend dangles off the edge of the world. A sweet porcelain doll about to tumble down a rabbit hole into the dark. She's out of reach, and her grip is weakening. The wind rips tears from my eyes, the gale screaming like a chorus of banshees around us. I make one wrong move, and it's over. But I don't care what happens to me anymore. I search my whole scummy life for a solution. Surely all my experience, everything I've been through, should have prepared me for this. If I don't have the hustle for this, Zio, what good was any of it?
Okay, good. I was worried about this.
Nellie's terrified eyes beseech me as she claws the air. Her desperate scrabbling spins her body in the wind like a silent, broken chime. I shout so she can hear me above the gale. Reach, Nellie! You can do it! It'll be okay! At my voice, or the sound of her own name, or maybe some crazy, reckless calm she can see in my eyes, Nellie relaxes and reaches for me. The moment my hand makes contact with her wrist, I pull like I'm throwing the lever that opens the pearly gates. After a moment of frantic, scrambled recovery, we fall back in a heap, and she's safe next to me. In the sudden quiet, Nellie flings herself at me like a lost chick reunited with its mother hen, her little peeping sobs of terror and relief muffled by my coat. My cheeks are wet as I squeeze her to me.
I'm sorry. I should have trusted you. I said such nasty things. I didn't mean it, Gia. I promise I didn't. Not a single word. I'm so sorry.
Hey, it's me who should apologize. I acted like a heel. I'm sorry, Nellie. I'm just glad you're okay.
You came back for me. You're a true friend. You never ever lied to me. Not like him. Oh, I could kill him!
First, we gotta stop him, Principessa. Then you can do whatever you want. The truck carrying Daisy isn't built for speed, and we catch up soon enough. I thumb the switch on my forward turrets, but Nellie puts a hand on my arm.
No, we have to activate Daisy. It's the only way to stop all this.
Right, but I don't think Gardner will let us do that. Not without a fight.
Best to head home now, girls. You're out of time.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, give me some bystander. Gardner. What do we got on him? Heavy, which means I probably can't use the switcheroo on him. Not that I think it really matters. Anything special about him? Well, I can't look in to see if he's got anything special on him. Huh. I didn't know I could honk the horn. There we are. Ram, use immunity field, of course. Blast plasma, shoot wave. Kinda wish these bystanders weren't getting in my way, but nothing I can do about that. I need to do some repairs after those failed attempts earlier. Alright. Sorry, folks. Gotta get you out of the way. Ram Raider. Ram 100 times. Surprised I didn't get that sooner. Yeah, probably could have just used a switcheroo. Oh well. Actually, I may as well hit him with this. It's the perfect opportunity. Preferably before he uses a, immunity. Let's see, if I do a bootlegger's turn, I won't be able to do the grab. Well, this, I've already got him half dead. Let's just move over here and do a perfect evade for now.
Hey, I'm still paying off this heap.
You got bigger problems, pal.
Cheese and crackers, not my automobile.
Uh-oh.
Cheese and crackers, not my automobile.
I could really use some help over here.
Yeah, Benny, I can see that. Okay, let's get you repaired. I mean, in a way, he's kind of inadvertently helped us by clearing away the bystanders. Alright, perfect mass repair. Let's see, can I? Yeah, let's do that. And he hasn't put on the immunity. Good. So I can give Gia a boost. And move back this way. Okay, blast him with this. And I've already used this. Let's just ram him twice. That'll at least do 5 Aether damage to him. So I just need to get a little more damage in with Sophie. Alright, we're done. Admittedly, the boss was only that easy because of that.
Did you do this to me, Professor?
Because of the fact that we had the perfect opportunity to use the perfect Aether Blast, whatever the skill's name is, which did a ton of damage to him. Also helps that we had a ton of AP, so that we had a lot of missing AP.
It's not about you, you silly child. It never has been.
Wait, is there a phase 2?
This is futile. You
Oh.
must see that.
Alright, fair enough.
Keep them off me at all costs. Understand? Take them now.
Ugh. Alright, alright. Fine. Alright, what's he got now? Immovable. Can't be knocked back. Immunity field. Shoot beam. Okay. All vehicles in a line. Shoot lightning. Lightning rod. Okay. Permanent cannot be removed. Yeah, I think I kind of wasted my time on the perfect reconfigure. Eliminate Professor Gardner or eliminate Alistair's henchmen. I think we can pull this off. Might be easier to go after the henchman than Alistair. Just because of how much health he has. Oh, wait a minute. Aether resistance. What's the point of having Aether weapons if all the enemies in the endgame have Aether resistance? Alright, fine. Switcheroo on this guy. Well, I can't get in front of him anymore. That's fine. Let's move back here. I won't have anyone in range. No, I won't. Perfect Aether Void. That's the name of the skill. Okay. Let's get Sophie up here. There's the grappling hook on this guy. I could jump him. That would put me in a precarious situation, and I wouldn't have access to evade either. So let's just pull back for now.
You let your uncle die, and now you're going to get Nelly killed.
I mean...
Really, darling, I could use a hand.
I know. Just gonna see if these idiots want to put themselves in harm's way, in a position where I can just blast them. And he keeps getting back up. Alright, I'll do this. Ram him over. Then move out of the way. Gia. Gonna ram this guy. And this guy. That is 4 trust agents taken care of, and we still have these 2 to take care of. Okay. Move here. Switcheroo with this guy. Perfect Aether Void this guy. That'll take out all of his henchmen and hopefully end this. It does say eliminate Gardner or his henchmen. So let's see what we got. Let's get Sophie out of the way. You guys should all get eliminated, which completes the mission.
Give it up, Gardner.
Gotta love that switcheroo. Is there a phase 3?
I won't let you do this!
You can't stop it now. No one can.
Ah, now he's as ugly on the outside as he is on the inside. Ah, jeez. Okay, what has he got? Immovable. Can't be moved at all. Fine. Danger. In a dangerous position. Will be hit by a road change at the end of the round. Okay. Keep doing that. Listen, just a bus driver. Bystander. Okay. Was not expecting there to be 3 phases, but whatever, we'll make it work. Let's just take some time to get repaired. He doesn't have the ether resistance anymore, so that's good. Alright, that's gonna cost me 8. That's fine. Ugh, I don't want to have to do that. Ah, that is not what I wanted to do. I wonder. This is going to be so stupid, but I'm going to do it anyways. Let's see, 11, no, 10. That would leave me in a danger zone. So be it. 24 damage. Alright, Sophie, jump here. Hit him with the grappling hook. Now, can we jump over him? We cannot. So I'm just going to move here. Actually do a bootlegger's turn. Shoot him. He's already down to 22. And then hit the perfect evade. Now, I will admit this. The previous phase, I just got very lucky with the placement of the guys. I will admit to that.
The lowers is beyond saving. You're risking your life for nothing.
Ooh.
Hey, I'm still paying off this heap.
Shit. And I lose because Gia got defeated. Damn it. Restart the encounter.
I won't let you do this!
You can't stop it now.
Shut up. Alright, so I can't afford to... Sorry about that, knock at the door. So I can't afford to have Gia staying there. Fine. I can work with that. Because if she goes down, it's the over. Ah, I forgot to do a tune-up on her. Yeah, that's fine. Take some damage doing this, but that'll have to just be what I deal with. Hit him with this. It's not as much damage as I would like. Hold up.
I won't let you do this!
You can't stop it now. No.
Yeah, shut up. Nobody cares. Okay. Okay, shoot him with that, which actually does more damage. Shoot him with this. Shoot him with that. And then we jump to safety. Hopefully. Alright, end that turn. No, that's not where I want you to jump from. So be it. Shoot him with the scout rifle. Not enough AP. That. Can't really do anything else. So let's just get a perfect evade going. At least then she can at least evade whatever things Gardner might try to do.
The lowers is beyond saving. You're risking your life for nothing.
That's not for you to decide.
Hey, I got a few too many dents.
Is someone going to help me?
Oof. Unfortunately, I need to heal both Benny and Sophie, and I don't have the space for that. Okay, fine. Get a repair on Benny. Tune up Gia. And burn Professor Gardner a bit. And move over here where you're out of the way of any hazards. He's only got 16 health left. Alright, and one last ram should do it.
It's over, pal.
No! Damn you, no!
Whew. Heck of a final boss. Was not expecting 3 full phases, but they were well executed. Admittedly, I kinda went too far on the risk to try and get a reward, but eh. Alright, Gardner, what are we gonna do with you?
The beast Gardner dangles off the edge of the world, fingers scrabbling at the broken asphalt. fear pours off his coat like a noxious fume, rank as a line of soldiers.
Please, Eleanor, help me!
Murderer! You killed my friends! You lied to me! You're the worst person I've ever met, you pisshead! You bastard!
She seems even more surprised than me at the curses jumping from her lips. But then she juts her chin, seeming to conclude if ever such a wanton lapse of politeness was justified, it is now.
I'm slipping! I can't hold on!
Nellie turns to me. There's no trace left of the lost little bird I met that day in the uppers. She looks at me, reborn from the ash of betrayal and strife. No more a child seeking permission, but an equal asking my counsel.
Much as I want to just kick him into the well and be done with it, he needs to face justice for what he's done.
Don't make this a moment you regret.
Okay.
Nellie reaches for her mentor to help him up. Gardner reaches back, hooking his claws into the fabric of her blouse, yanking her towards him, towards the open sky below.
You ruined it!
Nellie! She strikes Gardner's snout with the base of her palm, where he used to wear a kindly face. He gurgles as his grip releases, freeing her to fall back onto the road, and he slips silently out of sight.
Yeah, I'd say he deserved it.
Nellie quickly identifies the poisoned thorn Gardner hid inside Daisy, an innocuous switch strangling the device from within. She shakes her head at the plain, simple boldness of it, and flips the switch. Nellie takes my hand as the well collapses before our widening eyes.
It worked!
Quiet, for what seems like the first time in years, descends over New York City. I look at my friend and wink. Never doubted you for a second, Principessa.
Sure you didn't.
When the well's haunting shroud was lifted, the countless barons of New York felt fear where others experienced relief. The underground was a new rising storm, seemingly more insatiable than the last. Apollo Diamond, the Hollywood revolutionary who toppled barons, now spoke of peace in memory of his late ally, hoping his newfound fame could buy a corner of the city free from a baron's tyranny. In the bustling aftermath, one voice cried hope for all to hear. Our cub reporter had found his own way, starting a newspaper that told stories to inspire action and to foster unity of the downtrodden. Along with his trusty bat and camera, Benny carried an undeterred obsession with justice, Cress's parting gift as she sent the boy out to save the world. And from every island, through broadcast or print, Benny's newsies declared the city could be reformed, saved from itself. The people listened, and before long, even some barons began to listen as well. While the people made noise, one corner of the city remained quiet, rebuilding after the well nearly tore it apart. This new nation's crusade, however, shut its borders, closing itself off to the world. But rumors trickled out of a saint who lives there, who rescued the people from the powers of the well, who dreams of building a new kingdom of heaven amongst the wreckage of New York City. The papers said it was the empty vault that caused Marm to pull the Dutch Act, But they weren't there. They didn't hear the shattering of her heart when her daughters together confined her to a cage. Bound in purpose, the does carved up dreamland amongst themselves, focusing on bringing life to old neighborhoods that had been crushed and forgotten, rather than jumping at each other's throats. It had been Marco's dream to lead the Union in Dreamland, not Luca's. And with the darkness of his brother's death waning from his heart, he remembered what had always been most important: Diane. He passed on the torch of leading the Ledgemen, and then, on the same day, hung up his gloves on the wall in Congress Hall to remind himself of the journey he took to finally find peace. Sophie saw a different future in Dreamland. The streets were filled with urchins, most of them Marm's making. So, she started a school, something kinder and less concerned with creating rogues. Winnie trailed after her, hollow eyes giving way to a sweet smile and a little skip when she walked. The two rarely parted and could often be seen working on fixing up the schoolhouse in the evenings. In White Street, the death of General Eli did not bring the peace so many had hoped for. Instead, cliques of officers bound in subservience for decades now saw their chance to seize control. From the ashes of civil war, Lutzko's old guard claimed victory and a new mandate: peace. For the first time in years, infrastructure was rebuilt and wasting outbreaks were squashed. There was hope. I had expected to find Cress elbow deep in some machine with the news coming out of White Street, but instead, I found her alone, listening to an old record and packing her bag. She was leaving. The underground needed her, and she was done carrying the guilt of those who had been killed. People will die again, but better to fight and fail for a better world than stand by safely and watch it burn. I'd stay up at night sometimes, listening to the broadcast as a barony somewhere in the city dealt with an unknown rebel uprising. I hoped she was safe, and that she'd truly forgiven herself. The world had changed. 3 barons brought low, the well gone, red Aether on the streets. But what really kept me awake at night was the sound of a cocked hammer humming against my skull. To this day, there's not a crowded street or empty alleyway that isn't haunted by specters of a black hat. I still wonder if those glimpses are my mind playing tricks, or if death finally made a ghost of the hanged man. But the disappearance of Tobias Dufresne could have also been summed up by the anger of his prior employer, the Trust, whose tendrils in this city spread like some invisible chthonic evil. The death of Alistair Gardner only left me with more questions. Who are they really? Why did they want war in the Lowers? To destroy it? And what are their plans now that their pawns had been removed from the board? Nellie couldn't stand the thought of leaving us to safeguard the Lowers all by ourselves. The kid just had to stick around. Apparently, we were in dire need of a genius. Before long, we had to expand her lab to accommodate a growing list of projects for total strangers. Whether for water, food, medicine, the good doctor couldn't turn a soul away. And one by one, she made the Lowers brighter. There's this little comic shop down in Four Fingers. Always had what's new. So when the clerk handed me that month's special, I couldn't help but laugh at Zio's hat and my 7-shooter gracing the cover. I still don't know how that squeaky comic writer found me, but apparently he'd been my shadow since the well, tracking every hopeless and sob story job I'd taken. Called me Robin Hood with a gun. Question after question, he grilled me. Why did a smuggler work for free? Or help Aetherians and nobodies? Why did she stay in the lowers? Before I drove away, I told him straight. Someone had to play the hero.
Well, and with that, we have come to an end of Aether and Iron. Honestly, I genuinely enjoyed this game. It wasn't perfect, but for the most part, I did enjoy the game. I liked the combat, though I did also like how easy it was to just cheese events by slamming enemies into insta-death zones, which I would not ask them to change. Admittedly, the second phase of the final boss, I just got really lucky with the mooks being dumb enough to place themselves in instant death zones. Though it did require a bit of strategy using the switcheroo and the ram to get those last two. I enjoyed the story a lot. You know, I like the alternate history. Hey, humanity discovered this thing that allows them to make floating cities in the sky. Admittedly, the logistics of that probably wouldn't work out as well as you'd think, given humans don't really do all that well at that altitude, but hey, who cares? Fantasy world. Fantasy alternate history world. I did like the whole, dice roll chance system on it, and for the most part, I did stick with what happened. Deal with the consequences of my actions instead of just save scumming it. Which, admittedly, I probably would have done if I wasn't, recording this. I do wish that there were more modifiers than just skills and morale. Like, there were some instances where I feel like some information you had on someone could have been used to provide modifiers for your dice rolls, kind of like it is in Disco Elysium. And yes, I do know about that comparison. Let's see. I did enjoy the combat. I started out with a strategy game. Or a turn-based strategy game. So, Though, granted, my last attempt at that didn't go all that well. Oops. Although that was more... How shall I put this? Not ego, hubris, I should say. But, yeah, I definitely enjoyed this. I liked seeing how, the whole epilogue thing was like, hey, this is what happened from our choices. And I did like that there were some choices that you made that had far-reaching consequences that you wouldn't see for several hours, such as saving Needles way back on White Street, and if you kept a good rapport with him afterwards, ended up with you getting the Chimera back. I am wondering if the Chimera would change based on your stats, like instead of being the light variant that we got, that we would get something else, like a heavy variant. Because if I recall correctly, in the first episode, the Chimera had the ability to have side weapons. But who's to say? Oh, and my thoughts have outlasted the, credits. Well, indie dev credits aren't going to be that long. Usually. I do wish that Benny's mentor would also change up, like, what he can drive. Because otherwise, it makes it kind of pointless to make him Sophie's... make Sophie his mentor. Because most of Sophie's skills rely on using light weaponry. And unless Benny's license changes to allow him to equip a light vehicle, well, at that point you're just kind of stuck giving him either Cress and making him a healer, mechanic, or giving him Luca and making him a heavy. But beyond that, I don't really have very many complaints. It does seem as though the story is setting us up for a potential sequel where we're going after the Trust, because, yeah, we took out Gardner, but he didn't strike me as, like, a top member in the Trust, considering he was down in the lowers doing the dirty work, which, let's be real, in a big, powerful organization like that, people at the top, they don't get their hands dirty. He struck me as someone a few steps above the agents, like big enough to be giving orders, but not big enough he could spend his days in a fancy office downing brandy and smoking cigars. So there's definitely people above him. And I get why he tried to pull Nellie down with him, because, let's be honest, he was a dead man. Like, as many failures as he had, especially with us eliminating the well afterwards, the Trust weren't going to let him live for that. What else have I got to say? The artwork's beautiful. I enjoyed the fact that it was mostly voice acted. Yes, that did lead to less commentary on my side outside of the, battles, but it also gave my voice a bit of a rest, especially considering I've still got Metaphor Fantasio, which is text-heavy, and I still got to do a lot of talking in that one. Heck, I've still got to record an episode for this week. Oof. But whatever. Beyond that, I enjoyed the game. Apparently it won an award for Best RPG. Hold on, I gotta check that. Let's see. Well, apparently it's got a nomination for World Soundtrack Awards. Could have sworn I saw something about... Best RPG. Oh well, guess I was mistaken. And I'm hoping the game did well enough that they could consider a sequel, or at least that the studio will keep making more games in a similar vein, because I genuinely enjoyed this, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. But with that, we have come to an end for this series. If you guys liked what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications when I upload, and please, leave a comment down below this video. I'll see you guys for our next series. Thanks for watching.